Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's podcast episode. We have a very special guest joining us, a true sensation who has taken the world by storm with her incredible talent and captivating performances. You may know her from her unforgettable appearances on America's Got Talent, where she made it all the way to the top 5. Not only that, she wowed everyone and earned the prestigious Golden Buzzer, not once, but twice. Sophie Dossi is not just any performer. She's a phenomenal contortionist whose flexibility and strength leave audiences in awe. But her journey didn't stop there. After an unexpected collaboration with Logan Paul, Sophie was introduced to the world of YouTube. Since then, Sophie has amassed an astonishing 9.5 million subscribers. And today, she's here to share her incredible journey. Welcome to the show, Sophie Dossi.
Hello.
I am
Hi.
so excited for this episode.
Yeah.
You're hands down the most famous person I've had on here.
Really?
Well, you have the most subscribers. Well, in recent times.
Okay.
I remember we met a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, back when I was 15.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
You came over when Logan and I were roommates, and you were stuffed into our dryer.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That's the smallest dryer in the world. I'm surprised I fit into that. Yeah.
And then I had the 7-foot tall guy there.
Yeah, and dude, that was a crazy time.
Crazy time.
Yeah, that was like my introduction into YouTube. I
was it
just
really?
started. Yeah.
Yeah, so you went on America's Got Talent at age 14, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to talk about what got you into contortionism. You had to have been doing gymnastics before, right?
Yeah, well, I did gymnastics from age 7 to 10 competitively, and I loved it so much. But my parents actually took me out of it because it was getting really dangerous. And like a bunch of my friends, I think some girl had broke her back, and there was another girl that broke her neck. And my parents were like, "You are out of here." And I was really upset because my plan was I wanted to eventually go to the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
But then from there I went to dance because I didn't know where else to go, and nothing really, was super interesting. And then I did that for about a year, and then afterwards I saw a YouTube video of contortionist, and I was like, I could do that. I can put my feet over my head. And I remember my mom being like, "No, you can't do that." And I was like, "Oh, watch." And I put my feet over my head, and I realized what I can do is contortion. And then it just kind of slowly turned into this thing where like I just became obsessed with it. Like it was a complete obsession. And wasn't doing it to like necessarily, I want to make money from this or anything. I was just doing it because I loved it. And then America's Got Talent ends up hitting me up.
Oh, they hit you up?
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if I can say this. I did a performance at one of my mom's friends' houses. I think it was like a gender reveal party or something like that. It was just like a regular house thing. Yeah. And my mom was like, "Oh, like, Sophie, you can perform there for fun." And someone took a video of it and like knew a producer and sent it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like contortionism is a little bit more dangerous than gymnastics, no?
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they let you do that, but...
Well, I think contortion in itself isn't more dangerous, but I think the stuff I do with contortion is definitely more dangerous.
Yeah, you took it to the next level.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, made it.
Yeah. I mean, most people watch, a YouTube video, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be him one day," or like, "I want to be an athlete." I feel like it's a pretty odd thing for you to be like, "I want to bend my body." What made you like want to do that?
What made me want to do it? I've always kind of been an adrenaline junkie. I've loved that. And I was a big fan of watching like crazy stunts online. Yeah. And I liked that adrenaline type stuff. And I always wanted to do that. And so when I saw contortion, I saw something that like I could do that not a lot of people can do. And I was like, okay, I want to do unique stuff that people haven't done before, purely just because I want to do it, not because like, if there was no cameras, I probably would still be doing this.
That's interesting. So you go on America's Got Talent. I have a question about your outfits. These what are they? Latex or what are they?
They're just 4-way stretch. Like some of them are. There's a few I've worn that are latex, but yeah.
What is the reasoning behind that outfit? Is it a specific thing for contortionism, or it's just you like a performance?
It's just kind of a performance outfit. I like it because it's easier to bend and stretch in. And it's just kind of like a preference. I like them, and I like bedazzling them and.
There was rumors for a little bit that you didn't have a spine, right?
Oh yeah. No, I don't have one.
Yeah, right? That's crazy. So how do you stand up straight?
Actually, what's so funny? The rumors started with Logan.
Did he really start that?
Yeah. I was trying to figure it out the other day, and then my brother actually was like, "Oh no, Logan started it way back in the day."
From his vlog?
Yeah, from his vlog.
What did he say? Do you remember?
He was like, "Oh, it's like you don't have a spine or something," and I was like, "Oh, I don't," and I was saying that as a joke, but then we took it all the way and never said
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So a normal person, when I stretch, for example, I just went to the Cirque du Soleil gym in Las Vegas, and I did some stuff with a girl from Absinthe, and she was stretching my legs, and it hurts when you don't stretch like that. Do you ever, because you can freaking bend your legs over the back of you, right?
Yeah.
Does it ever hurt? Do you ever feel a stretch?
No, I wouldn't say it hurts, but there's definitely times when your back's sore or your body's sore and it's a little less comfortable. But for the most part, it doesn't hurt. If it hurt, I don't think I'd be doing it. But there's definitely some moments when your back gets tired or sore where it's okay, this isn't nice.
But is there a point where you could stretch too far and you feel a stretch? Do you even know what a stretch feels like anymore?
I know what a stretch feels like in my legs, splits wise, because I do over splits and stuff. But back wise, I feel like I don't know what that is.
If you bend and touch your toes, you don't feel anything, right?
No.
It just that's insane. What about your arm? Do you feel that stretch in your forearm?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That is so bizarre to me. Do you, I wanted to ask, obviously you're putting a lot of strain on your back and your legs and stuff. Is there any, have you been to a doctor and they're is there long-term worries about what you do?
I've never asked a doctor. I don't think I don't know if a doctor would know. I went to a chiropractor once and they said my spine is extremely straight and aligned. Really? Yeah. But I think it's the bending. It has to be.
That's so interesting. So let's talk about your first audition. You're 14 years old. You go on America's Got Talent. Walk us through the emotions you're feeling as a 14-year-old going out on that big stage. Were you nervous? Were you calm?
I was definitely so nervous. Mm-hmm. I was also really bad. I was a really shy person. I've gotten better now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was super shy. Didn't really know how to talk to big crowds or anything, or even I'd stress out about that type of stuff. And that's funny. I was more worried about me walking up there and talking to the judges and everyone, more than the performance end of things.
Why? What made you nervous about that?
That's just scary. It's when you walk out there, it's a lot bigger than you see on your on your TV screen or on your phone, and it's terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny to me because whatever, I have millions of subscribers. For whatever it is, I cannot go in front of a stage of live people. It's so much different talking to a camera to me than it is to actually if there was a million people there, I'd be shitting my pants.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I can perform in front of huge crowds and not care, but as soon as I speak in front of huge crowds, I'm stressing out. Mm-hmm.
So you started into the contortionism early. You go on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the idea to do the bow and arrow?
I actually had done it a year prior to when I went on America's Got Talent. So I had been only doing it for a year, and I just kind of gotten accurate basically, because I didn't really know how to, when I started shooting the bow and arrow with my feet, I didn't really know how to shoot it till 3 months in, pretty accurately-ish. Now I can literally shoot cans off people's heads, and
You're just, yeah.
I'm very accurate with
You're
it.
Steph Curry with the bow and arrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long does something like that take? Like, you practicing every day?
Yeah, I was practicing like every single day. Literally from like morning to night, trying to just get it down and figuring it out. And it's not like there's like any tutorial, or especially back then, it's not like there was any tutorials online you can look at to see, oh, what type of bow you use, what type, like how do you hold things and all that. So it's just me trying to figure it out. And yeah, it's funny. I came up with the idea because I saw this old video. Actually, sorry, not video. It was a picture of a Mongolian contortionist, and that's actually where I studied most of my contortion, was Mongolian contortionists, because they, in my opinion, it's like they have the most beautiful contortion moves.
I didn't know there was like a whole history to this.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but that's where I would study it. And when I saw the girl holding a bow and arrow with her feet, I was like, that's cool. I want to do that. And I literally just told my dad, I showed him the picture and I was like, I want to do this. Like, I want to shoot bow and arrows with my feet. And then he was like, all right. And then we went to the store and bought a bow and arrow, and I was like doing it in my front yard. And it's funny, I even remember this day, my mom coming back home from the store, and I was like doing it in my front yard, and she was like, what are you going to do with this? Like, like it's like, you can't, what are you going to do with this in life? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And a year later, I proved her wrong.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, because it's interesting. Like, most kids are out and like playing video games or like shooting hoops, and you're just like, hey, Dad, I want to like shoot a bow and arrow with my feet. And you were just doing this for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. I was not filming it, like nothing. I think the only videos I have of like are like my mom or dad who were filming it just to show my like grandma or somebody.
Did you have friends in high school? No?
I was homeschooled.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's weird.
Because you were weird?
No. I was actually homeschooled because actually since second grade, because my brother was homeschooled in second grade, and he's a genius. Like, he went to college when he was 13. And
Really?
Yeah. And genius. So then they're like, let's try it with her. And I was really good at school when I got homeschooled. But because of that, when you're homeschooled, you don't meet a lot of people and, you know, your school friends and stuff. So I had like my gymnastics friends, and then I had like one friend from there.
When you started doing the contortion stuff, how did people react to that? Like, your peers?
Like my parents and
your
stuff?
Your peers.
Oh.
They think you were weird? Did you ever get like...
I don't think they really cared. Yeah. Like, I think I would just do it so much, no one really cared. Or I'd be like, okay. Like, even my whole neighborhood, I'd be shooting bow and arrows, and no one would look twice. I was like, okay, cool.
There's Sophie.
Yeah, she's doing it. Cool. Like, I don't think... I never really got a reaction out of people till I feel like I went on America's Got Talent and started filming YouTube videos, and people were like, that's crazy. And in my head, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you went on America's Got Talent, you ended up getting a golden buzzer from Reba, right?
Yeah, Reba
McEntire.
Reba. Someone did the research.
Yeah, of course. And then you got another one from Heidi Klum, right?
Yeah.
So when I'll be like late night scrolling on TikTok, and they're showing like these golden buzzer acts, and it's like they got this emotional music, and you like get goosebumps and stuff.
Yeah.
What's the moment like in real life? No music, no edits, just like, what is that feeling like in real life? Loud?
Actually, it's so funny because the first time I really wasn't like, well, actually, I don't think I was expecting it either time, but in my head, I was thinking that, like, yeah, that's a dream of mine to get the golden buzzer, but that's not going to happen to me. Like, there's so many other incredibly talented people on the show. Like, you know, in my head, I'm like, I couldn't really think that way because I don't want to get my hopes up. And then like, I go off stage, I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
And I think when it happened, I was just like in shock. She said her, like, in the moment, it was a lot slower than when I saw it back on TV. Like, when she said it, like, I think she was like, actions speak louder than words. She hit it. The cannons were the loudest thing ever. And so it scared me, But I was also just so in shock. Like, I remember my mouth was so open, I couldn't close it. And I remember thinking, I'm totally looking so stupid on camera right now, but I literally couldn't close my mouth. That's how shocked I was. But it's such an insane moment. And I think it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just it's like I can't believe this. Yeah. This is actually, one of those moments you think about for the rest of your life.
Does it last longer than on like the edit? Because I'm sure like they take pauses and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely lasts longer. Like you're on stage for a while, but there's I think there's so many things running through your head in that moment that
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when we see it, like the confetti's falling in slow motion. They're like cutting to crowd people crying and stuff like that. Take us through the audition process, because I see videos like about American Idol. They'll stand in line for like hours, days just to get their audition, and it's just a short thing. How long was that process like for you?
For me, I went straight to in front of the judges on camera. So I didn't do
the prelims.
That. Yeah. But some people do and some people don't. I think it just depends on like
your talent level.
Well, I also think it just depends on how you're brought in. Like I initially didn't want to do America's Got Talent when they called, mainly because it's a reality TV show, and I was like,
it's not like Jersey Shore over here.
Yeah, yeah, but it was scary because it's like, what if I go on and they say what I do is terrible, Mm-hmm. Like I've seen people go on and they're like good and then they get kicked off, you know? And so I was kind of worried about that, and I kind of didn't want to go, and it was like last second. It was one of the last auditions, and oh my God, thank God to that producer that was so pushy trying to get me on.
Oh, you were going to back out last minute?
Oh no, like I was saying no for a while.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I hope it's okay to say this, actually.
So what made you
because when they called, I was initially saying no. And then it was like last second. I was like, you know what? I'll go on. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the reason why I decided to go on is literally because I'd watch America's Got Talent episodes like all the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to take a chance. I kind of want to be that person that, who goes on. And I was like, I'm just going to take a risk. And then I remember each round I went through, or each round I would go on, I'd just be like the first round, I was like, as long as I make it past the first round and they say yes, I'm okay. I'll be happy. Mm-hmm. And then the second round came about, and I was thinking, as long as I make it past this round, I'll be happy. And then each round I would kind of just do the same thing. And I made it to the finale, which is really exciting.
It seems like you kind of doubted yourself. Why?
I'd only been doing it for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just teaching myself, and I just, wasn't sure how good I was, because all the people I looked up to and admired were these like insane professionals. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where I'm also a perfectionist, so everything to me has to be perfect. Yeah. And I wasn't sure if where I was at was perfect yet. And I think that's why I was like nervous.
What made you get into the history of it, like the Mongolian stuff?
I just loved it. I probably watched every single contortion video, aerialist video, anything possible on YouTube. And I remember I ran across some of those videos, and I was just like, it's just the most, like, the way that they would flow in things and everything, it was just the most beautiful.
You lost to what? Grace VanderWaal?
Grace VanderWaal, yeah.
You salty about that?
No. She's a great singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of, you pivoted really well. What made you get into the social media part of it? Because a lot of people, they go on America's Got Talent and then they just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
But you have 9.5 million followers. What made you get into that YouTube space?
Well, I did always like making videos here and there, but someone actually told me, they were like, you should start a YouTube channel. I feel like, people would be interested in that. And I was kind of getting into it with just doing my stunts, because I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just show my stunts online and do that stuff. And then actually the funny part is I followed Logan Paul on Twitter one night, and like Lele Pons too. And Logan Paul followed me back right away and messaged me, "Where are you based? Let's do a video." Or it was like, "Where are you based? Let's do a video together," or something. And I was freaking out because I loved his vines.
Yeah.
Like I was big Vine fan. And I was also freaking out because Lele Pons followed me back right away too. In fact, I was like, are they in the same room or something? And we literally filmed a video, I think, that week. And that was kind of my introduction to YouTube. And I also remember it was like after we filmed a whole day with Logan, we were like sitting and hanging out. It was me, my brother, and him. And he was like, "Oh, by the way, like, how many subscribers do you have on YouTube?" And I was like, "Oh, like 3,000." And he was like, "Oh, like, maybe I can help you with that."
Yeah. And
it definitely helped, kind of like seeing how like a YouTuber so big at the time, like also thinking like that's like he was such a big YouTuber. He was vlogging every single day. I think had just hit like 1 million subs. I think he had just hit or was about to hit when we first did a vlog together. And just being able to kind of watch that, he was kind of like somebody I looked up to, as somebody I admired and wanted to do YouTube like.
So were you nervous going over?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I went over with my brother, and it definitely helped. My brother also helped me start my YouTube channel. He was filming and editing in the beginning, which was really sweet of him. But yeah.
Had you not gone on America's Got Talent, had you not made it to the finals, had you not started a YouTube, what do you think you would be doing right now?
Probably would have been in college.
Oh, that's right. You're only 22.
Yeah, probably would be in college right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what I would end up doing. I love the ocean. I probably would have been like a marine biologist or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something that has to do with like outside activities. I wouldn't be able to sit at a desk.
What's it like getting all that attention at the young age of 14? Was there a lot of pressure? Did you at any point get like an ego? Because you've always been super humble and down to earth. Like, you've been the same girl since I met you 8 years ago.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Well, like getting so much popularity at 14. How did that feel? Because you see the Disney people, they get famous as child actors. They grow up, and next thing you know, they got face tattoos like Amanda Bynes, and they're going off on the rails. Like, how did that pressure feel at the young age and that fame?
I think I had a really great support system with like my brother and stuff, but I guess I always keep in the back of my mind like you can always you can be the biggest person, on planet Earth. Like you can be like a Selena Gomez, but at the end of the day, like you're going back home. You're sleeping in bed, I don't see a point in building an ego, and I don't see really why people do.
Your parents still together? Married?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you grew up in OC, you were homeschooled. It seems like you had a very tight-knit family growing up, yeah?
Yeah.
Is family important to you?
Yeah, I'd say family is very important. My family helps me run everything, and it's a very family-oriented business, which is really nice.
Does that ever get complicated?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. As but it's also kind of nice working with your family because, they have your back versus, sometimes you can go through people in this business and there's a lot of backstabbing.
Don't have your best interests.
Yeah, so just watching out for that.
So
really nice.
In the entertainment industry, when you're a child star, there's a thing called a Coogan account. Did you have something like that, or was? I
did have something like that, actually.
Really?
I think I had to have that I think I did a Nickelodeon thing, or was
you
it
did Bizarre
Disney?
Vark.
Yeah, it was Bizarre Vark with Jake, and then I did some Disney thing. Oh, it was Casey Undercover. I was actually it's funny. I was supposed to just be an extra in the background, but I ended up being like a featured extra. which was cool.
So you got to talk or something?
They were almost going to give me lines and then didn't. Instead, they just made me like a feature. And to this day, I get comments. They're like, I saw you in Casey Undercover. I'm like, this day they're still playing it? That's crazy.
What were you doing?
Just contortion.
In the background?
Just contortion in the background, yeah.
So you were a background extra,
yeah.
But you were featured.
Actually, I was 13. It was before America's Got Talent. And some acrobatic friend of mine was like, yeah, they're wanting extras for this show. I didn't even know what show it really was when I walked into it. I think my parents knew, or my dad knew, but I was like, okay, sure. And then I ended up being a featured extra in Casey Undercover by, I didn't even
Do you
know.
remember how much money you made for something like that?
I think it was like, I forgot actually. But I remember at the time I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now looking back, I was like, but like at the time I thought, that's so much money.
Do you still get checks for it?
I think so.
That's so crazy. From 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Talk about your role in Bizarrevark. Did you ever see yourself acting?
Oh, that one was a bad one. I'd like to say that was terrible acting.
Was it?
Oh yeah. So bad. I learned my lines with barely any time before, and then I was playing myself, like Sophie Dossi.
How can you mess up playing yourself?
I know. It was so bad. I think I was trying to like, at the time, because I think I was like 16 or something, 15 or 16. And then at the time I was like trying to do the like Nickelodeon Disney acting.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I think I pushed it too much. And it just, I can't watch it.
Is that one of your cringiest moments?
I think one of my cringiest moments. I can't watch it.
Oh my God. What did you do on there?
I shot a boner with my feet at something. Yeah.
At Jake Paul's head?
It was near Jake Paul or something, but yeah, I have not watched it since because I can't. And I think someone pulled it up recently. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, TikTok, say what's up to this clip.
I swear I'm a better actor now. I promise.
Is that something you want to do, is act? Because I saw you posted a video on your Instagram of like you doing this spider crawl. Like you were like whipping around and it was pretty crazy. And it's like, how have you not gotten a movie where you're like in a scary movie or something?
That would be cool.
Would that be something you want to do?
Yeah, I think I definitely would like to kind of get into that a bit more, like the stunt world and acting world. I would love to do that. That would be, I'd say, my next dream.
To be an actor or a stunt person?
Both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, acting, I've acted. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Would you rather have been like the winner of America's Got Talent and gone to Vegas and had your own show and lived that life? Or do you like the fact that you transitioned and became like a YouTuber?
I do like the fact that I transitioned and became a YouTuber because I also think the opportunities that I've gotten since would have not come from the other option.
Yeah.
I mean, potentially they could have, but I feel like the direction I went in was definitely the right direction for sure.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm very happy about it, and it was, you know, a lot of hard work, but very happy about it because I'm happy where I'm at.
It's interesting to me because, you know, I went to Vegas. We've all been to those shows like the Cirque du Soleil, the Absinthe shows. It's like, why aren't these people more popular? What do you think it was that set you apart? Do you think it was the platform of America's Got Talent that helped?
America's Got Talent, I think, was a great platform to, you know, launch yourself, because without that, you know, you're starting kind of from scratch. But I remember I had 80K followers on Instagram when I finished America's Got Talent. And then I remember there was a few months there I wasn't posting anything really. Like, I was posting on Instagram, but didn't start a YouTube or anything. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to figure out like what I do. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to just do more live performances. And at the time I was also thinking like, you know, maybe I'll get my own Vegas show one day.
Maybe do some more gender reveals.
Yeah, some more of those. Yeah. Then basically when I kind of started YouTube, I kind of realized like, oh, this is great opportunity to push yourself in like different ways and like get other amazing opportunities. Like I've gotten so many insane opportunities because of starting YouTube, and America's Got Talent was like a great platform that helped. And then it also kind of put me out there in the YouTuber world because I feel like at that time, especially after I like first collabed with Logan, then I, started collabing with like everybody else. And it was the coolest thing ever because it was like I used to watch all of you guys like on YouTube and mine, and I was like, now I'm like doing this with you guys. Like that's crazy.
I mean, you've gotten a lot of opportunities. You've been on Ellen?
Yeah, I've been on Ellen. Sometimes I forget.
What would you say was like the coolest? I mean, was it meeting Logan at a young age? I mean, you've been on Ellen now. At this point.
Ellen was really cool. I really enjoyed that a lot. I was on there a couple of times too, which was really fun. I loved their whole team. Their team was awesome. And I'm trying to think, what else have I done? I performed at Madison Square Garden, which was really cool.
Talk about that.
That was really cool when I got that opportunity. Because I feel like a lot of like big artists and everybody like performed there, and then I was doing it there. And I think there was like a Nightline episode they did on me performing there, and it was so cool. Like I feel like YouTube and like America's Got Talent, they both gave me such a big platform, but it's like what you do. Wait, I want to repeat that. I'm going to say that line over again. I feel like America's Got Talent gave me a great like starting point, but it's what you do with that takes you somewhere. You can't just expect that to and then just wait for everything.
Right.
Because I was kind of waiting for a few months and nothing happened. And I was like, you know what, like I need to take myself to that next level.
Is that why you just followed Logan? Or like or you started, you said you had 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So I think
how did you get those 3,000 from America's Got Talent?
I think it was from America's Got Talent, and I had like one video up of me doing some contortion at home. And then before I collabed with Logan, I think I'd posted like 2 YouTube videos. And I think one was like blowing up ornaments with my bow and arrow. And then another one was like skateboarding with my feet and shooting bow and arrow. And then...
Well, what do you mean skateboarding with your hands?
Or sorry, not skateboarding with my feet, skateboarding with my hands and shooting a bow and arrow. And so those are the kind of videos I was thinking, I'm just going to do stunts on my YouTube channel. And I was like, I'm going to post every Saturday at 9 a.m. and I'm not going to miss a week. And that's why I kind of followed like Logan and Lele and that whole crew. And and then I was just so shocked when, I got the follow backs. I was like, this is insane.
Did you ever daily vlog, or did you always just do the one a week?
At a time, I was vlogging 2 days a week, but that was a lot. I don't know how you guys did that.
Yeah.
Because didn't you do like daily vlogs too?
2 years straight, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how you come up with like stuff like every single day, like something entertaining.
Just gotta figure it out, I guess. Yeah. I mean, like I always reflect back on that period of my life, and I'm like, how did I do this? Yeah. Like I can barely get out 2 videos a week now, and I'm like struggling. And then every day we were making a video. I mean, you hit it at the right time. It was like a perfect scenario for you. You go on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
You get on Logan's vlog when he's daily vlogging. He just hit 1 million subscribers. He's on the come up. Then you're collaborating with all these other YouTubers. Yeah. Next thing you know, like you're dumped into this, like, oh, I'm a YouTuber now.
Yeah.
Did you, you didn't plan for that, did you?
No, like when I started a YouTube channel, I definitely didn't think like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, or like, I want to hit, 1 million subscribers by this time or anything. Like there was no plan. Like it was just like, oh, I guess I'll do it, see if it does well. Like literally, I remember being in my kitchen convincing my brother, hey, like, can you please edit my videos? Because he was really good at editing. I was like, and then he's like, ugh, like, I don't really want to. And I was like, please. And then I remember I think we hit like 1 million in like, it's like a year, almost a year or something. And he finally then was like, I like this. This is fun.
After a year?
It was after a year. Because before he would always like complain, but he enjoyed it.
Is he your older brother?
Yeah.
of course. He's like, what am I working for my little sister? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah. And he did an incredible job. I mean, we definitely had great times, you know, doing that. And, you know, he'd come with me on every shoot, which was really nice. Yeah.
What's the schedule like now?
The schedule, well, we've been trying to do like crazier videos. So I'm still posting every week. But it's definitely a lot harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, filming. And sometimes videos take a lot longer now too. Like I've actually been working on this one video that actually just came back from filming before I came here. And it's literally been taking like 2 to 3 months to shoot this.
What are you, Mr. Beast over here?
No, it's the training process to like do this.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
So it's like filming the whole like training process to it and kind of storylining that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, you've really transformed the type of content you're making. You're making very storytelling. You have quick edits and stuff. You've adapted well.
Yeah, I was gonna say YouTube's completely different than what it was before. Before it's like a totally another like world, which is interesting. Is like throughout the years, I think it's been like how long? Like I've been doing YouTube 7-8 years or something like that. So it's like YouTube and the internet changes so much, and it's just learning how to adapt is it's definitely hard at times. You're like, oh my god, like do I just quit? And then you're like, no, this is a great life.
Do you miss the old YouTube or do you like the new format? I feel like the new format is like it's harder.
It's like, definitely harder.
So much more time consuming because like it's so much more competitive. You have to like up the ante every time.
Yeah, Mr. Beast definitely, I feel like
ruined YouTube.
Switched. I love Mr. Beast.
Well, me too, but he made everybody else have to work harder.
Switched everything up. Yeah, it definitely switched everything up for everyone because then it basically is like YouTube is almost like TV now. And especially like a lot of the production you have to do with it. And yeah, like I would say I definitely like old YouTube.
Me
a
too.
little better. It was so much more
chill,
relaxing. It was more like having fun and then doing some crazy things here and there.
Yeah.
Being stupid and now it's a lot more planning and
it's like work.
Lot more. It's literally work.
Literally,
and,
Mr. Beast made YouTube a job.
Like
we used to just film whatever we're doing and then upload it, and now it's like, I'm about to jump over 400 trains while Sophie Dossi is hanging from a helicopter and she's gonna shoot a bow and arrow. Like,
yeah, no, literally,
yeah,
no, and like back then, whenever I did like a bow and arrow thing, it was like the craziest thing ever because people don't do that, and then now it's like, I'm going to leap over 20 cars and do a backflip and like, it's
like the ante is up so much.
It's so much, yeah. And it's like there's so many people on YouTube now versus also I feel like before it was, you know, a lot less people.
Less saturated.
And so there's a lot more competition now as well, or competition or
well, you're in a different category. I don't think no one's
different.
competing with you. I think you're at the top of the game there.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Talk about the training, because you just said it takes a while to train for these things. I want to talk about the spinning wheel of death.
That I didn't have a lot of training for.
What makes that so difficult?
So that when I shot it, I had about 2 weeks to come up with my next act, and I kind of had this in mind already, but I also wasn't sure if in the Fantasy League show if I was going to make it past the first round, because I feel like you have to kind of constantly think that every time you go on the show, you have to give it your all as if you're not going to the next round. And I think that's how you succeed on that show. So I gave it my all in the first round of the Fantasy League, America's Got Talent, and I got the golden buzzer, and I was like, okay, now I got to really like step it up. And I had this in my mind for a while now, but it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do it, I have to do it on the show. Like, I'm not gonna do it for a YouTube video. I'm gonna do it on the show that's live television. And so we had 2 weeks to do it. It was me and my dad building it on top of getting this motor made. for it because it's a giant spinning wheel. It's 15 feet tall, and I'm supposed to be hopping on all the blocks all around it. Mm-hmm. And so it took about a week to make it. We were really speeding up the process. And then that's when I was finally able to kind of like practice it. And we had a harness when I was practicing it to just try it, because basically if I fell, I go face down straight into metal. And I kind of tested it with harness. There's no way I can twist out of it. I would essentially just not be alive. Yeah. And so we kind of knew, like, whatever we do have to have a safety harness there. But yeah, practicing it was like one of the most difficult things I think I've ever done, and the most stressful. And there was a lot of me being frustrated, and I kind of couldn't doubt myself because I didn't give myself a plan B on purpose. I was like, this is it. I'm doing it, or I'm embarrassing myself. Yeah. It's one of the two. And there was a bunch of like technical issues until like 5 days before the show. And then that's when I finally like got the trick, and all the technical issues were like done to an extent. There were still like a few even on the show, but for the most part, it was, it was pretty good. Yeah. And it was just, I actually think that's the most stressful thing I've ever done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What makes it so difficult?
I mean, I've never hopped on canes, and then on top of that, hopping and trying to catch your hands onto the other blocks and not miss. Yeah. And trying to figure out the techniques for that, and without missing, because also if you miss, you're falling. Right. And it's like, even though there's like a safety line there so you don't die, a safety line hurts.
Really?
When you fall, yeah. Because we don't have it tight. We have it like out of the way, but like... Yeah. So basically, if I fall, I would still drop.
A little bit, yeah.
And that hurts. Yeah. But on top of that, it would just not look good, and it would basically be like you failing.
Yeah, you would like lose.
So
that's crazy that you and your dad are making all these props.
Yeah.
How is he like an engineer or something, or you just like you guys drawing stuff on paper and you're like, let's make this? Yeah,
that's actually what this one was. We drew it on paper and we're like, okay, how are we gonna make this? And we figured out the dimensions of what everything was gonna be, and started making and welding and all that, and the motor we had to get made. But yeah.
How much did something like that cost to make?
Oh, that was a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, ugh.
Did you have to pay for it?
Oh, yeah, I paid for it.
To have it on?
Yeah.
Do you get like a budget for things in America's Got Talent, or no?
I think they pay for some things, but this was quite expensive. So
yeah. You don't want to say?
I got hit with the money of it. I think it was like a total of like $10K.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it's just
might have been a little bit more with a lot of the stuff we were doing. But yeah.
That's crazy. You spent $10,000 on a prop
that I also wasn't sure if I was even gonna like be able to do. I remember the first time I stood up there, I was like, God, I was stupid. Because like I was standing up there, and I've also never hand balanced that high. Like I've done aerials and stuff that like 50, 60 feet in the air, but for some reason with hand balancing, where you're just balancing on your hands and you're looking straight down to the ground 15 feet up, it was a whole nother like
What are the keys to balancing? Do you pick a point and look at it, or is it
the trick to that helps? Yeah. But the trick to balancing is really all in your fingers. Your fingers help you balance, and then where you place like the center of gravity and all of that. But once you like figure it out, it kind of becomes muscle memory. But you still need to think of those techniques a lot of the time when you're doing like one arms and stuff like that.
Why are those things called canes?
I think I watched a video and I heard a Cirque du Soleil girl saying canes, and I just called them canes since.
No, yeah, that's what they're called. I went with the girl with the absence, she called them canes too, and I was like, "What? Why is this called canes?"
I have no idea why. Sometimes I call them hand balancing blocks just because canes sound like it's like a cane, and you're like old.
Yeah, because I was editing it and I was putting subtitles, and I was like, "Did she say canes?" I think she did, but I don't know. But now that you've confirmed it for me,
yeah.
So you said that was one of the scariest things that you've done.
Yeah, definitely. Scariest and most stressful things I've ever done in my life.
Have you had any serious injuries?
Nothing serious nothing serious to the point where I'd have to get like a cast or stuff like that. I've definitely like gotten a lot of bruises and, they'll strain things, but they'll heal. Like, I think the worst thing I ever got, which is shocking, is actually from the Wheel of Death. I bruised my right hand. Well, at first I thought I broke it, because it was like very swollen. And even actually when I was, shooting for the show, this hand was like puffy and swollen.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I think it was just my body not used to hopping on the hand or something, but it healed in like 2 months after the show was done, and it just hurt really bad to do handstands on it. But I didn't go get it checked out because I didn't want the doctor to tell me I can't do anything on it.
How did you hurt it? Did you bang it, or was it just
I think
the
it
pressure?
was from the hopping.
The constant pressure?
I think it had to have been. But yeah, it hurt really bad. But I think that's the worst, really.
You're just that good.
Well,
you don't get hurt.
I think the flexibility helps because I've like landed in really weird positions where it's like, okay, this should have broken something, and it doesn't. So I think it's the flexibility that makes me not get hurt.
That's so crazy. Like, I can't imagine being able to do what you do, or like what I would do with my life. Like, I can barely touch my toes.
What would you wake up and do if you woke up a contortionist?
Probably what you do. I mean, you've taken the right route with it. I'd be like, dude, this is like the most unique talent ever. I'm going to do the most bizarre shit and post it online, and like all of it's going to go viral because it's absolutely insane. Like, you took the perfect route. Do you see yourself doing this for forever, or do you see yourself...
Oh, yeah.
Like YouTube, or would you...
Oh, YouTube? Oh, I thought you were talking about contortion.
Damn, you love it that much.
Yeah. No, I'm going to do contortion
No hesitation
forever.
there.
Yeah. I want to do it till I'm like 80.
That would... I mean, you'd be making millions
when
as
I'm
an
80, I can
80-year-old.
chill.
Yeah.
Even then, maybe I'll keep doing it.
Do you see yourself performing in like a Vegas show, or like having a master class, or like...
I could...
Writing a book?
I could see a Vegas show. Right now, I don't think so, though, because I feel like I'm doing so much with like YouTube and a lot of other things that like I wouldn't really have too much time for that right now. But same with like a contortion class too. Like, I'd love to do one in person. Right now I do them online, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'd like...
You're smart.
Do classes and stuff for like learning how to do basic things and then more advanced contortion.
Not only are you a savvy contortionist, you're a smart businesswoman. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, eventually I think I'd maybe do like a school for contortion, because I feel like that's something that's really hard to find, or like to find like a really good school.
You have to do gymnastics at a young age to be able to do it, yeah? Like,
not
were you
really.
born with this ability to just bend?
I used to watch TV with my feet over my head when I was younger. So I think my parents and everyone just thought what I do is like, like every girl does this.
Yeah. You're their first daughter.
Yeah. And I had a lot of time on my hands, so I think that's what helped. Yeah.
So we just did like the poker tournament in Vegas, and you were there, and they had you go up on the table and do your whole bendy thing. And I'm sure, like, you go over to Logan's. He's like, get in the dryer, do this, do this, do this. Do you hate that sometimes? Like, just like, do you ever feel like you're a circus animal or anything like that, where people are just like, hey, do that, hey, do this?
I feel like it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when I'm just out trying to hang out, it's like, do a flip. You know? But I feel like situations like that, like the poker tournament and stuff, it's like, you know,
it's
I'm there because, you know, I'm known for doing contortion. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's just, yeah.
What's dating like for you? People are like, do a flip.
Actually, no.
No?
Normally, like, guys I've dated are normally very unfazed by what I do.
Really?
At least I think so. I don't know. Or at least I don't know.
Like on the first date, like eating with your feet or something?
Definitely not.
Got your feet over your head and you're like...
I feel like a lot of the time people forget, like my friends or guys I've dated or stuff like that, but like forget I can do it. Until,
you're
like,
normal. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely you do run into some creeps though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Can only imagine.
Trying to date you for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. That's hilarious. What's Brent Rivera like? Do you want me to cut that?
It's really funny.
It's just out of nowhere. Sorry, hit that one out of nowhere. Let's talk about this picture we did at Coachella. You remember this?
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
How did you do this? So I ran into you at Coachella, and I was like, oh, let's take a photo together. And we came up with this idea where you're bending over backwards, and I stood on top of you on your torso.
Yeah.
I'm like 175 pounds.
Yeah.
How much do you... I mean, I'm not going to ask your weight, but you're like 5 foot, what, 3?
5'1".
You're 5'1".
Yeah.
Absolutely tiny. I'm 6'3", 175 pounds. How did you hold me on your freaking torso?
It's actually really funny. For some reason, I can't feel that much weight when I'm in that position.
What?
Like I held Terry Crews up, and I think he's like 270.
Oh, he's huge. Yeah.
Something like that. Because
I don't think 270, but he's a big
no,
guy.
I think I asked for his weight, and it was like 270 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's really tall too.
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
And he's like,
huge.
He's like dense with like muscle.
Dense.
Like,
Yeah.
and I had him stand on me, and it's
same
funny
way?
because what?
The same way that I did?
Yeah, same way. But what's funny is I can't really. I don't understand if there's like somebody who understands like the physics of this or like reason why, but I can't feel the weight until like my legs like start like shaking because it's too heavy.
So you could do it for like a quick moment, but not for too long?
No, like I can hold it for however long until
Do you just
my
have like
legs give out.
superhuman strength over here?
I don't think so.
Is a lot of the stuff is a lot of the stuff you do, is it core? Like what muscles are you activating the most when you're doing all this stuff?
Well, something like that, it's a lot of like legs. And it's core in a different way. It depends on where someone stands on you. So if they stand on your like hip bones, it's a lot easier and it's like all legs. But sometimes people like, sometimes people stand on your like stomach, and you have to like really like activate your muscles right there, or else they'll be stepping on your organs, and it's not really the most comfortable feeling.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, so could anyone technically do this? Like, you're not lifting weights or like training, are you?
No, I lift body weight. That's my own body weight, and that's it.
So you do like calisthenics essentially.
Yeah, I do like handstand push-ups, like anything like my own body weight.
It's crazy because like, in terms of body weight, you would destroy me in any exercise. Like I could never do what you do.
You don't think you could do a handstand push-up?
No. You know how hard that is? How many can you do?
A lot. I don't know.
A handstand push-up where you just... And you don't even need the wall, do you?
No. I think I did like a competition against a bodybuilder once, and I won.
That's what I'm saying. You have like superhuman strength for your size.
But yeah, I think it's different when you're like lifting weights versus like using your body for certain things.
Yeah, because I mean,
they're different
I have a
muscles.
bad shoulder. I've honestly tried to do like a handstand push-up, obviously against the wall because I can't do a handstand. Yeah. And I like hurt my shoulder. Like I played baseball growing up, so like I feel like I hurt it. But yeah, enough about me. This is about you.
Flexibility would help you with that.
Flexibility?
Yeah, you'd probably. I feel like flexible people don't get hurt as much. I think.
How long would it take someone like me, for example? I'll show you how much I could split. How long does it take someone to be able to do the splits?
Well, it definitely depends on where they're at. But if you work like every day at it, you can probably get it in a year.
A year?
A year. Or actually, potentially even sooner, like 6 months. It depends on where you're at.
What does it take? Like, how does that process work? Just like
dedication,
stretching.
It's like
until it's painful every day.
No, it's literally going in the splits and like holding it where you feel a stretch, like feel stretch. And there's a difference between the feeling of a stretch and pain.
Yeah.
And don't do the pain one because you won't be able to do that every day. Just the feeling of the stretch. Hold it for 5 minutes each side. You'll get it.
Jesus.
Literally watch like a TV show and set a timer.
Because the video I just did with that girl, she spread my legs, and then she put her legs in between mine and pushed mine out even further. And then it hurt so bad. I was sore for 3 days.
Also, when you're not used to it, it hurts a lot more. Versus when you're used to it, you're kind of more used to that feeling.
And then she like got behind me and she's like, all right, reach to your foot with both hands. So I reached to my foot with both hands. Then she pushed my opposite leg down. Yeah. And I swear to God, I thought she like tore whatever the hell is behind your knee. Like I could not walk.
But that's the feeling you should be feeling. It's like that like stretch feeling on your leg.
Why would you want to put yourself through that for a year straight?
Well, because it gets easier. Because like when you're first doing it, it's probably like, ouch, this hurts. But then say if you do this for a month, it's going to get easier and you're not going to be as in pain.
Who are some acts that you look up to?
It was a lot of, actually, there's this one contortionist. She doesn't do any contortion anymore, which is really sad. Because she'd sometimes put her performance videos out there, but then she also just recently, because I checked it out because I was like, oh my God, I haven't looked her up in a while. She took all her videos down. I'm like, no. But she wasn't like a super known girl, but she had the most insane contortion I think I've ever seen, and that's the person I looked up to. Her name is Sasha.
She doesn't do it anymore?
She doesn't do it anymore, yeah. In fact, actually, when I started, well, actually a little bit into me starting, I think I was like 15. Well, I guess I was already doing it, but I wanted to like message her and stuff, and she doesn't do it anymore. Damn. Yeah.
Who was your favorite act besides yourself on your season?
Oh, I really liked my friend Callista Bevier. She was a singer, and I loved her voice. Also, we became like really good friends on that show.
Mm-hmm. Do you think people who are singers should go on America's Got Talent, or should they stick to like X Factor and American Idol?
What a controversial take.
Yeah.
I get why you'd want to go on America's Got Talent, because in my opinion, it's probably less like vocal competition. Mm-hmm. I definitely...
Is this a controversial topic here?
I don't know if it is.
I've just always wondered,
I would like to see more like variety acts other than just singers, because there are so many shows for singing, you know?
Yeah.
But I also do think like America's Got Talent like definitely does need singers, but you know, as long as it's not just filled with just singers.
Right. What's Howie Mandel like? Is he actually a germaphobe?
Yeah, okay, he is, but what was it? I did a podcast with him actually recently.
Oh wow.
And he gave me a hug.
No.
Yeah, it's on camera. Actually, I even, in fact, I was like, I didn't realize it in the moment, and I was like, wait, he just gave me a hug.
But why did he? Does he like trust that you're clean or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if it's because now I know him, he trusts that I'm clean.
That is so
like,
interesting.
I have it on my Instagram too. It's like in a clip. He like gave me a hug.
Did you ask him about it?
No, because I realized it later when I was watching the clip. Because in the moment, I just wasn't really thinking, oh, he's a germaphobe.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Were you allowed to touch him during this like tapings? Like, what was that like? Was there like a rule?
Fist bumps.
Was there like a rule? Like when you went up, they're like, hey, just so you know, you can't touch Howie.
No one said any of that, actually. For the most parts during tapings, you don't really talk to the judges. It was normally like the after and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Heidi Klum as beautiful in real life as she looks online?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's actually stunning. Like, I love Heidi. She's so sweet. I feel like since the first time I was on, she was always just the sweetest to me. And she'd almost act like a mom to me. And that's why later on in the show, when she gave me this golden buzzer, I was like, I'm so happy it's you.
Yeah, that's awesome. What would you say was the most challenging part about like the whole process of America's Got Talent? The schedule, the hours, was there any like behind the scenes drama?
There's definitely a lot of stress. I think it's a very stressful show. Maybe not to some people, but I think it's because when I go on the show, I always want to do above and beyond what I can do. Mm-hmm. And I also want it to be perfect because you get one shot when you're out there and that's it. Like if you mess up, it'll probably be highlighted. Mm-hmm. So you got to be, perfect basically. Yeah. And I'd say the biggest stress is coming up with the routines and, also just, I would say, talking to the judges. That's so stressful.
Well, it's what you said is interesting to me because you're like, you give it your all in your best routine every time. And I feel like I would be like, all right, I'm going to do something good for the first audition so I get through, and I'm going to save what like is really good when I do get through. But you don't do that.
Well, the problem is with that is the fact of like, what if you don't get through?
Yeah.
Then you're going to be beating yourself up the fact that you didn't do the cooler thing. Then you're going to be like, oh, if I did the cooler thing, then I would have still been on. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, I think do the best thing you could possibly do, and when you make it to the next round, you'll figure it out. It's kind of like YouTube. You know how you never know what you're going to film next week? You'll figure it out.
How do you one-up yourself? Like when do the ideas start flowing and how much time do you have?
Well, it depends on what round you are and stuff. Sometimes you'll only have like a few days or like a week to figure it out. And I kind of just flip on some... This is actually kind of embarrassing. I flip on some like really dramatic music, like trailer type music. And
okay.
I'll just close my eyes and think of like tricks that are basically impossible. Mm-hmm. Like I'll just let my mind flow of like impossible things. And then once I think about something that I really like, whether it's impossible or not, I'll figure out how to make that possible. Whether it's like, and I feel like that's where I've figured out most of my ideas.
Do you pick the music first or do you pick that afterwards? Because I'm sure it's like you have like a whole...
Well, it's a little hard because it's a matter of like what gets cleared and stuff like that. So yeah. I like to pick the music first, but normally you have like actually with Fantasy League, I actually made the routine and then figured out the song because it was a matter of like getting things cleared so last minute and stuff.
That's awesome. Is there anything that you could like any insight you could let us in on of behind the scenes things that viewers wouldn't know that they would find cool? That you like discovered when you were on the show and you're like, oh, I didn't know about that.
I'm trying to think. Like it's really cold.
It's cold?
It's really cold.
On the stage?
Yeah, on stage it's really cold.
Like for example, my buddy Iggy, he was on The Bachelor and he's like, yeah, like what they don't tell you is we're sleeping in bunk beds with the dudes. Like you're up till 5 in the morning doing the rose ceremony. Oh, is there anything like that?
Yeah. I would say the hours of being on set, it's like long.
Yeah.
Like it looks like, oh, you just showed up and did an interview and then went on stage. Mm-hmm. Like it's like weeks process.
Really?
And well, like the Fantasy League thing, there's a lot of like B-roll you have to film and stuff like that. And you're definitely there really late. And there was like times you're like training all day and then you got to be out there and then you're tired. But you can technically leave if you want to. It's not like they're like forcing you, but it's one of those things where it's like.
Are they paying you?
No, it's for the publicity of it.
That's crazy. And in the contract afterwards, they don't like own any of you, do you?
No.
Do they?
No.
Like once you got off the show, you're like you could do whatever you want. Oh, okay. All right, we're getting into the logistics here. So what's going on with this music? Is this a plan for you? Is this just a one-off thing you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing music now. Well, I've actually been doing music since I was like 16 with my brother because my brother started music producing.
Your brother just does it all. Apparently he is a genius over here.
He is a genius. Yeah. He's a genius. And I've been doing it since I was 16, and then I think it was when I was 20 or 21 or something. Oh no, yeah, I was 21. I decided
last
to put
year.
literally last year.
Yeah.
I decided to put out my first song, Bunny. It was really cool because it made it to a billboard in Times Square.
That's sick.
Awesome.
You have a label?
No.
Wow.
It was through YouTube.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
And
need your contact at YouTube.
thank you, YouTube.
Yeah.
I love you. Kisses. But yeah, it was the most insane thing ever. And then after that, put out a very emotional song. It was like an in the moment song. I literally wrote the song in like under an hour.
Oh, you're writing your own music. That's cool.
Yeah. And just decided I'm going to release this and release it. And
That's not the Celery song, is it?
No, Fire Alarm.
Okay. I haven't heard that one.
It's one I did right after Bunny.
Is it a breakup song?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then after that, I did Celery, and then now I'm releasing another song. Actually, I'll say the date as well. June 21st on my birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday. Is that what it's called?
No, that's
You don't
not what
want
it's
to drop
called.
the name of it?
Well, I'm picking between names right now.
Yeah, that's always tough.
Yeah, but it was also, I was gonna drop actually this one song that's a different song that I was gonna drop June 21st, but then I decided to be a little bit more up to date and release this song.
Is it country or something?
No,
Okay.
it just has to do with my life now,
Oh, okay, cool.
and the other one has to do with my life a little bit back then.
Do you like writing music?
I love it. It's like a therapy.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really, I mean, I talk about my feelings, but I don't like journal.
Do you write music?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
You didn't know
Sing or
this?
produce?
Yeah, I sing.
What? I
Dude,
didn't know
come
this.
on. I got freaking
What?
hits out there.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
How did you not know this? I'll have to show you.
Yeah, show me.
Yeah, I like writing music because it's like, it gives you like a creative outlet to like vent and not sound like soppy.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
It was actually literally recently. I wrote the song that I'm coming out on my birthday literally in 30 minutes.
Damn.
And it's because I went to my brother and I was like, dude, I need a vent. Like, please,
Yeah.
just make a beat. And because I was really upset about something.
Mm-hmm.
And God, it's good therapy.
Yeah.
It's better than, and well, I've never been to a therapist, but it's probably, I feel like it's better than any therapist you can go to.
Yeah, most of my songs, you just write them quick because you get inspired. Like, there's been times where I went through some shit and I literally call the producer. I'm like, yo, I need to talk. Like, I need to write a song right now.
Yeah.
I drive up there and I'm just like spewing.
Yeah,
And like the whole song's done in an hour.
Yeah, it's so easy. And then I feel like it ends up being your best songs.
Yeah, I mean, I tell
Yeah.
the truth in all my songs. So
Yeah.
it's like,
I'll never write a song that
is made up.
is made up. Yeah. All my songs are about
What's
somebody.
Celery about?
Actually, Celery is about an old best friend of mine.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a deeper meaning to the celery.
Yeah.
Not just that it sucks and tastes like crap.
Yeah, chew 'em up, spit 'em out. Celery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like celery either?
Oh, yeah. That's also the other thing. When I was writing that song, I was like, someone had celery and like carrots and ranch on the table. And I just was like, God, I hate celery. Like,
I hate celery.
There's nothing I like about it.
It's
like,
so disgusting.
It's actually disgusting. Like, also, you literally won't have celery if there isn't something on it. Sorry, I'm very
like
passionate about celery.
ranch or like
Yeah, but like
peanut butter.
nobody's gonna grab celery from their fridge and eat celery without ranch or peanut butter.
I'm pretty sure my mom and dad do that.
Psychotic.
Psychos.
Psychos.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, guys, check out Sophie Dossi's music. Check out her YouTube. You guys already know. She's going to hit 10 million subscribers soon, and she's going to do some crazy stuff, I hope.
Yeah, actually, I do have a thing I'm gonna do when I hit 10 million subscribers, and it's actually, I think it's the craziest thing I've ever done. So subscribe because I want to do it.
Stay tuned for that, and thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I didn't
thanks
know
for
you were
having
so
me.
smart on the business side of things. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see you guys. Peace.
Hit subscribe, you filthy animal.